This demonstration video is going to focus on how to make some bottle rocket tail fins. We will need some basic supplies. You're going to need some cardstock, a ruler, some duct tape, some glue stick, and of course, a pencil. Our first procedure is we are going to be working with our cardstock, and we want it to be in the long horizontal position. So if I take a ruler and I measure across, this is going to be at the 11-inch length. So I want this to be the long way across. So from 0 to 11 inches in front of you. Now that we have our paper in the horizontal position, or our cardstock, what we're going to do is we're going to measure approximately 1 inch away from the left-hand side, and we're going to line up our ruler so that the 0 is at the top, and again about the width of the ruler, and you're going to measure down at 6 inches. Then on the opposite side, you're going to measure across and do the exact same thing, and again approximately a ruler width away from the edge, mark again at 6 inches. Then what you'll need to do is, using a longer ruler if needed, line that up to your 2 marks that you have, and then draw a dark line all the way across your piece of material. From that left-hand side, we're going to align that 0 up again, and what we're going to do is we're going to measure across at 5 inches. And then from that 5-inch mark, we're going to measure over to 6 inches. We're going to do the exact same thing up to the top. Up to the top of our material, we're going to do the exact same thing. Line up to 0, measure over, make a mark at 5 inches, and then again at 6 inches. Then what you're going to do is, using your straight edge again, use your ruler as a straight edge, you're going to line up those 2 marks that you made and draw a nice dark line. And you can double check this and make sure that on this side you are measuring across and you have a section that is 5 inches, and you have a repeat pattern of 5 inches on the left-hand side. In this open space that we have in between, please write your name. The next procedure that we're going to do on our first line that we drew, we are going to measure across and 2.5 inches, and this is going to divide our material in half. And do the same procedure up to the top. Line up at 0, and again mark at 2.5. And we would like to take that ruler one more time and draw that straight down. Now we have 2 equal sections at 2.5 inches. The next procedure is, again, we'll need a longer ruler to divide or use as a straight edge, and we're going to create 2 triangles. So we're going to divide from corner to corner. Lining up from the corner to the corner, we're going to draw straight across, and this will be the hypotenuse of our triangle. And again, same thing, corner to corner, and drop in your hypotenuse. Now we're going to repeat the procedure on the other side, first measuring at 2.5, and then sliding up to the top, again 2.5, and drawing that line. Then, using our longer straight edge if needed, I need to draw in my hypotenuse to draw my triangles, and I now should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal sections. these will make our tail fins. The next procedure is you are going to cut these apart. And again, be very conscientious that you want to cut on your lines this time. And you're going to cut all the way across, trying not to bend your material. Do not discard this. We're going to use that a little later on. And then again, just cut your pieces. As equally as you can. Okay, so let's say that it's time for us to clean up for the day. So what you need to do is match up all of your pieces, get them into a nice little pile, and then you have this section that has your name on it, so that way you can band these together and we know who belongs to which tail fins. And again, you can pick up that extra piece. This will make a pair of extra fins if we need. We have our fins all cut out now, and what we're going to do is we're going to laminate these together. Now I'm using my extra piece to go underneath so I don't get glue all over my table surface, and you want to make sure that you are coating the entire material with your glue stick. And again, I always find that if I do both sides, I get a better bond, a more secure bond with my glue. So then once you get those two sides covered, you just simply line these up as best you can and press them together. And now you have a laminated tail fin. And this will give your tail fin a little bit more strength as we continue building with them. So again, coat both sides with your glue stick. And secure them together. Now you have your 4 fins laminated together. Please remember to put the cap back on your glue stick for the next use, and we're ready to do the next step. You are now ready to coat each one of your tail fins with your duct tape of selection. Now I think it's easier if you pre-tear your pieces prior to working or trying to do this process. Now you'll want your pieces to be just about the length of your tail fin. And again, if you can pre-tear these, it makes it a little bit easier for you to do. So again, you're going to line this up and try to align your straight edge to the straight edge of your duct tape. And you're simply going to just wrap this over. And then this part down here at the bottom, you can just wrap this over. It's like wrapping a tiny package. And then you can just fold over and wrap around. Then you simply just need your next piece of duct tape. And again, you can do the same procedure. Lay this down. Place this on where you think you want it to go. Fold over that little edge. And again, then you just want to wrap this to the best of your ability. And if you're building up multiple layers, that's a good thing. That's going to give our rocket a little bit of extra strength, or our rocket tail fins some extra strength. So don't be concerned if you are, lapping over a little bit. That's a good thing. And you can think about, what is your fin going to look like, and what way do you really want your patterns to go. And if you want to cut off a little bit, you can, to make sure things stick really well. And you have one tail fin coated with your duct tape. Continue the process till you have all of your tail fins coated with the duct tape. My 4 tail fins all finished. They're all coated with the duct tape, and I'm ready for them to be attached to my bottle rocket. Now again, if I need to, I can take my little name tag that I created and I can again band these together, and that will identify whose tail fins they are with my name tag. And this last piece that we still have, this will create, if you measure it, this is 2.5 inches wide. So if you need to make a couple more tail fins, you have enough material, you can make another set for an extra fin if one gets lost.